Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Television News. I am Franklin Onyekachi. The headlines. Governor Obiano grants amnesty to 10 inmates of prisons. Anambra government arrests another suspected illegal revenue collector. Nigerian Navy inaugurates School of Armament Technology in Kaduna State. And on the foreign scene, Iran jails British council worker for spying for the UK. Details of the news. The blessings of Easter still brings relief and freedom to many families as Governor Willie Obiano has granted clemency to 10 inmates of prisons. We have details.
The governor, in the spirit of Easter and based on the recommendations of the State Advisory Council on prerogative of mercy, has asked that the 10 persons be released from prison. Two of the beneficiaries from Newi South local government area, Ifeanyi Chukwu Ebuna and Ebere Nwokolo, charged with stealing of yams and chicken, were outrightly granted pardon. According to a press statement signed by the chairman of the Council on Prerogative of Mercy and State Attorney General, Dr. Ujunwogu, the rest who benefited from the clemency are Paul Ndibe from Enugu, Patrick Ezerika from Nanka, Sunday Nwogu from Delta State, and Ekene Nebolisa from Ozobolo. Others are Basil Obinna Oku Abudike from Ozobolo, Azoka Nwokolo from Omwabo Newi South, Ikenna Ofokaja from Mbosi in Ihela Council area, and Ikedina Chukwu Ezendoka from Oga.
The Anambra State government has arrested one Mr. Ike Wundukwe for alleged illegal tax and levy collection in Oka. The alleged illegal tax collector was picked up by officials of the State Ministry of Trade and Commerce, Market and Wealth Creation. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo brings us details.
More than 12,000 naira and all kinds of unsold tickets were recovered from the 39-year-old suspect who operates along many axes of Oka. Speaking to the ABS after parading the suspect at the Jerome Udoji Secretariat Oka, the Commissioner for Trade, Commerce, Market and Wealth Creation, Dr. Christian Madubuko, who condemned the actions of the illegal tax operators in the state, who, despite the warnings from the state government, continued with their notorious activities, said that the present government, through the ministry, will continue to arrest and prosecute those found in such illegal business. Commissioner Madubuko made it clear that the ban on all kinds of tax and levies in the state by the Obiano government is still on till 1st of June.
The state government said till June 1 to enable us set a program that will allow the collection to go on so that we can monitor who is doing what and for who and for what purpose.
Contributing, the State Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Michael Okonkwo, while regretting that the illegal operators have continued to defraud innocent citizens of the state, pointed out that the state government has inaugurated a special court that will handle the issues so as to fast-track the prosecution and imprisonment of the defaulters to serve as a deterrent to others.
His Excellency stopped all these collections since November of last year. It will be reopened in due course. There's a benchmark date of June 1. And because we are going into the system to understand, and yet we have all these people running around milking the state dry, and that can no longer hold.
In his reaction, the suspect, Mr. Ndukwe, confessed to the crime but pleaded for forgiveness as he promised never to indulge in such acts if released. From the Jerome Udoji Secretariat in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Anambra police detectives have arrested a 3-man suspected robbery syndicate for alleged armed robbery. According to a statement signed by the police public relations officer, Mr. Haruna Mohammed, police detectives attached to Isu Wulu Division arrested a 3-man robbery suspect syndicate who allegedly conspired and snatched a bag belonging to One Mercy and Ekwe containing a sum of 15,000 naira, Camon S Pro valued at 75,000 naira. Techno 661 valued at 7,800 naira. And a power bank valued at 3,500 naira inside a tricycle along Limca Road, Mbo, in the Idemili North local government area of Anambra State. We have details.
It said exhibits recovered from the suspects included the complainant's SIM card while the case is under investigation, after which suspects will be charged to court for prosecution. The statement also said that in order to stem the tide of cultism in the state, the Command Special Anti-Cult Unit carried out intensive raids on criminal hideouts in various communities within the state, during which 18 suspect cultists arrested at Ihiala Okija axis, 6 suspects at Ekulobia axis, 15 at Ntejokuzo axis, 5 at Mbouno, 11 at Ifitoka axis, 22 at Okonanka, while 18 suspects were arrested at Enugu Kunimo Nise axis. The statement complained that a total of 95 suspected cultists were arrested, out of which 32 suspects were screened out, 28 suspects charged to court, 10 were placed under police supervision for being underage, while 25 others are under investigation.
The State Directorate of the National Orientation Agency has organized a one-day program on communicating government policies, programs, and activities. The event took place at the Asatu Hall, Government House, Oka. Correspondent Ogochukwu Okeke reports.
Representatives of various traditional rulers, government functionaries, presidents general, women leaders, Asatu youth leaders, civil society group, National Orientation Agency personnel, among numerous others, were in attendance. In his speech, the State Director of National Orientation Agency, Mr. Charles Ngoje, said the program was aimed at ensuring effective delivery of government's achievements to the people in various communities.
Feedback platforms for harnessing citizens' response are hardly available to them. This situation should be a source of concern for any government that intends to beneficially uplift the living standard of its people.
In a remark, the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidon Adnoba, represented by a director in the ministry, Mr. Anthony Weke, stressed the need for all hands to be on deck in protecting government facilities.
We have information officers designated as area information officers. They are posted in all the 21 local government areas, and their mandates includes but not limited to covering activities at the local government level. And
the chairman on the occasion and senior special assistant to governor on public utilities and water resources, Mr. Victor Meju, maintained that in any functional government, there must be mutual communication between the government and the society.
Because we want to communicate effectively, we must have to use the language so that the communication will have effectiveness and then have a feedback, like the chairman said.
In their separate speeches, the national president of Asatu, Chief Alex Onukwe, traditional ruler of Iftedunu, Igwe Emeki Ilono, and chairman of civil society organization, Prince Chris Azor, who described information as key to development, commended the state government for its efforts in ensuring that Anambra remains the best state in the country. Also speaking, the Special Advisor to Governor on Media, Mr. Tony Nezianya, and the Special Assistant to Governor on Disability Matters, Mr. Chus Ezewuzie, applauded Governor Obiano for recognizing people with disabilities, with reference to the recent employment of over 200 disabled persons in the state civil service, charging the participants to take information garnered to the grassroots. In Oka, Ogochukwu Okeke reports in Fabius News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has restated commitment to tackling the issue of unemployment holistically in the second tenure of his administration. He made the pronouncement during the 13th convocation ceremony of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. Education correspondent Theophilus Ukoha completes the report.
The president, who was represented by the Minister of State for Education, Dr. Tony Anwuka, said with the already existing platforms put in place by his administration to cushion the challenge of unemployment in the country, he will consolidate on them to ensure there is availability of jobs for the country's teeming youths and unemployed graduates. He congratulated all the university graduates and those conferred with honorary degrees and charged them to be worthy ambassadors of the institution and impact positively on the society.
The federal government will remain undaunted in tackling the challenge of youth unemployment and other employment through a matrix of initiatives. The Empower, the Bank of Industry Youth Entrepreneurship Support, yes, programs, and the Central Bank of Nigeria and Bank of Agriculture support schemes. Please explore these opportunities.
The final day of the 13th convocation ceremonies of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, will feature the conferment of 763 master's degrees, 269 PhD degrees, and 182 postgraduate diplomas. Also had honorary degrees conferred on 3 distinguished Nigerians, including the traditional ruler of Onitsha, Igwe Emeka Achebe, who received an honorary degree Doctor of Science. Conferring the award, the Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, that Jacob Buba, traditional ruler of Jos, challenged the awardees to continue relentlessly to impact positively on the society, having been found worthy ambassadors of the institution.
The recognition and privileges attendant on this award are not ends in themselves, but rather beckon on you for yet greater efforts and contributions to the public good of this country.
Speaking on behalf of the awardees, Ambassador Babagana Kingibe said they will work extra hard to ensure they live up to the confidence reposed in them. Later in an interview, the former Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, Professor Kechuku Esimone, said the 13th convocation ceremonies have provided key players in the education sector, university education in particular, an opportunity for stock-taking and recommitment to the ideals of the institution, which could serve as inspiration for university students and prospective students.
It's been easy, so to say, but with good persons, with good planning, and especially with God on our side, we're able to pull this through. At the very beginning, you can attest to the fact that it was a very successful convocation ceremony.
Distinguished personalities who graced the occasion included the representative of Governor Willie Obiano, Secretary to Anambra State Government Professor Soluchukwu Lebelu, Governor Enugu State Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, Senator Victor Ume, Senator-elect Ifeanyi Uba, and Minister of Information Alhaji Lai Mohammed, among others. Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
The Nigerian Navy has inaugurated East School of Armament Technology in Kachia, the southern part of Kaduna State. The facility is furnished with an advanced weapon system and armament technology to meet global trends. But beyond weapon systems, the school is charged with pre-deployment training of personnel earmarked for special operations. Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai says he is pleased with the development, noting that it will enhance security of lives and property. And on business news, the federal government loses about 53 billion naira per annum to illegal importation of iron and steel products, the Galvanized Iron and Steel Manufacturers Association has alleged. The group, at a press briefing in Abuja, also called for the reintroduction of pre-shipment inspection in order to check the high incidence of importation of substandard steel products into the country. The group claimed that 7 of its members had shut down operations as a result of the activities of illegal importers. Chairman, Presidential Committee on Trade Malpractices, Malam Dahiru Ado Kurawa, said the claim of the group had been on. And on the foreign scene, an Iranian national has been sentenced to 10 years in prison in Iran for spying for the UK, local media reports. The unnamed individual worked on the Iran decks of the British Council. Judiciary spokesman Ghulam Hussein Ismaili was quoted as saying, "The identity of the individual was not clear, but a London-based British Council employee and art student, Aras Amiri, was held in Iran in March 2018. Ms. Amiri's cousin said last May that she had been accused of acting against national security. a charge that has been laid by Iranian authorities against a range of activists, journalists, and a number of dual citizens and foreign nationals detained in recent years. The British Council said at the time that it was aware that one of its staff had been detained in Iran without identifying the person as Ms. Amiri. It said the person worked in the UK to support and showcase the Iranian contemporary art scene and stressed they had been making a private family visit and not traveled for work. The British Council has not commented on the latest reports from Iran. Members of the Uwechwe family of Ogwashuku and Anambra South Council area of Delta State have commemorated the 20th anniversary of their late mother, Barrister Justina Nkiru Uwechwe. Late Barrister Uwechwe, who is the stepmother of the Anambra State Commissioner for Indigenous Artworks, Tourism and Diaspora Affairs, Mrs. Salim Banefu, died on the 11th of May, 1999 at the age of 55. Correspondent Daniel Ezigwe was at the event, now reports.
The 20th anniversary of the death of Mrs. Uwechwe began with a memorial mass at St. Patrick's Catholic Church, Ogwashuku, where the parish priest, the Reverend Father Paulinus Iweke, urged the Uwechwe's family not to feel empty or desolated, but to find peace in the fact that their late mother lived an upright and God-fearing life.
We should believe in His spirit of consolation, who enfolds us in His loving arms, and that from all this grief and pain, He will draw an immense happiness and glory for the future.
The husband of the late Mrs. Uwechwe, Owele George Uwechwe, said his late wife was supportive and dogged and demonstrated the traits during his election and service as a member of the House of Representatives between 1979 and 1983.
I was a member of the House of Representatives, elected in 1979, re-elected in 1983. Throughout this period, it was this woman who carried my campaign throughout. To get all the women from Anyoma, a woman from Onitsha. She did all these things to help me win election to the House of Representatives in 1979.
Some children of the deceased, including her stepdaughter, Mrs. Mbanefu, one of her sons, Mr. Kwento Uwechwe, and one of her daughters, Dr. Gabriela Nwubu, reminisced on their mom's liberal and accommodating dispositions towards life and noted that she had set a great example for her children and other people.
She was kind to everybody, people who were not related to her. She was very kind to the family, all the members of the family.
I'm just very thankful, to God. And I'm thankful that I had such a person as my mother. I benefited. I knew my mother from a child till I was an adult. I'm very happy.
We're celebrating today. It's been 20 years and we're celebrating her life, even though she didn't live as long as we would love. But what she did while she was here was wonderful. That's why we're happy to celebrate today.
The 20th remembrance ceremony of late Mrs. Uwechwe had friends, relatives, and associates who came from different parts of the country to join the family on the occasion. The late Mrs. Justina Uwechwe had 5 children and 13 grandchildren. From Ogwashuku, in Anambra South Council area of Delta State, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
That report concludes our newscast for tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and Instagram on ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And to end the news, another look at the top stories. Governor Obiano has granted amnesty to 10 inmates of prisons. Anambra government has arrested another suspected illegal revenue collector. Nigerian Navy has inaugurated School of Armament Technology in Kaduna State. And on the foreign scene, we told you that Iran has jailed British Council worker for spying for UK. And that's the news. I am Franklin Onyekachi. Thanks for watching. Good night.